Hello, everybody. Brian Oxy back here. A few days ago, I put up a video, a funny little fighting game that I've been working on, kind of here and there, just messing around with it. I haven't quite got to the what I hope would be like the narrative part of the game, which would be what happens before the fights or after the uh, kind of how things would work in my mind in it, but I do have the basic game uh, kind of put together, and I think it's works and it's kind of fun. It would obviously be more fun the more narrative that could be built into it. But I think that the game has some narrative built into it as you play. Um, so what I did was once I kind of got the game down, my thought is it could be any kind of fighting game. And like I do, the setting in my head is like Mad Max, post-apocalyptic, some kind of rundown arenas or just holes in the ground or whatever it is. And there's inside of this territory is it's Mad Max, so there's some prisons going on where some of the worst of the worst are kept, and this game is these people in the prisons are fighting each other, and the goal is the top prize is not really getting free, but having a better cell, getting some better treatment, stuff like that. So first I'd created a few fighters, three or four, and then I got played it and it worked pretty good. And I thought, I'm gonna go go crazy here a little bit like I usually do. And so I created 32 different fighters. I got, and they have all different ranges, ability levels. Um, I did two different 16 16 fighter double elimination tournaments. So this is from Red Cave 8, one of the prisons, and played it out. And Malik Iron Fist Hayes, who was actually the top seed, he won the tournament at Red Cave 8. I had some close matches along the way, but he ended up winning it. So in the second tournament at Stone Pit 5, another prison, again the top seed, Seth Brennan, he cruised a little bit easier through his tournament. Even got a knockout, won a couple fights where he didn't really get messed up too bad. Um, so yeah, I thought, what, let's at least for now with the my ultimate thought is you'd have enough fighters to do four of these brackets to get to a final four and play it out because the games go really quick. Hopefully, I can show it here on a sample game. Sometimes they go real quick, sometimes they go pretty quick, depending on how the cards shake out. And I'll explain the game a little bit here when I get done. But so, so that's how I got to where we're at. Like I said, we got Hayes and Brennan. So the game works like this: each fighter has could have up to there's five offensive qualities and five defensive qualities. And you can see here it's power, speed, combo, counter, or pressure, and then on defense it's chin, dodge, footwork, block, tough. So the cards, fat cards I have here, they're they have two possible outcomes. One side's red, one side's blue, so there could be back and forth. And we'll flip a card, and it'll ask for the if the person either red or blue corner has the quality. If it's offensive quality and they have it, they will knock the opponent down 1 point at least. And then based on if they have any of these possible bonuses, it could be more. So if it's a defensive quality, if they have it, same type of thing. No points unless they roll on their bonus and get one of these. Now the catch is if they don't have the quality asked for on defense, they lose a point. So it can go back and forth. Now through the deck, there's some different. There's five cards for each red and blue for each of these different qualities that could come up. So they get all mixed around. There's also a couple, depending on the quality, they might get a chance for a knockdown, instant knockdown. There's a couple that if they have a certain quality, they gain back a couple points on the board, kind of like a second wind. There's a couple that are just red gets 2 points or red gets 1 point. So it's kind of a mix, and it's all balanced out. There's a card for everything to balance red and blue. So there's not really an advantage as far as like the red corner has a couple more power chances than the other. They're straight up down, right down the middle. So so this should be interesting. Like I said, Hayes is probably overall, if you counted up his qualities. Let's see, he's got 8 qualities, as does Brennan, and maybe one more chance on a bonus on one of these, but he has a few more higher chances. The bonus could be a little bit more for him. So depending on how it shakes out. So I'm going to play this out. My thinking is, at the end of the day, you can start at any number you want. You could start at 10. I did this whole tournament where I started at 12. You could even do up to 15 if it was like a big match. If I ever get to where I got enough where I do 4 brackets down to 1, those final 4 might be 15-point matches. But 12 has seemed to work pretty well so far through playing this out. So that's kind of what I've gone with, just trying things out here. So I'll give a couple more shuffles here, and I think once I start turning the cards over, it'll make a lot more sense of what's going on here. But the gist is, the better fighters are going to have more qualities, more chances for bonuses, bigger bonuses, and the other guys aren't. But I will say, as I saw in my first tournament that I did, I had a couples upsets. Like the number 2 ranked guy lost to the number 15 ranked guy, and then dropped into the consolation bracket, and then lost to the number 10 ranked guy. So you never know with this. So all right, well, let's get underway here. Get everything situated so you can see. That looks pretty good. All right, here we go. So it's Malik Iron Fist Hayes against Seth Lockup Brennan. And the first card, see if the fighter in the blue corner has chin, and he does. So he has possible bonuses here. So we'll roll, and he gets a square. So he's gonna knock Hayes down twice. So in my mind, it's he took a shot to the chin, shook it off, and then fought back and hit Hayes with a shot. Now we're looking to see if he has counter, and he does. Brennan has counter. He gets a chance to add one more, and he gets it. So wow, so Brennan out to a good start here. First 2 cards, he's already got Hayes down to 8. And again, another chin check. This time he just defends it. The circle, he doesn't get any bonuses on that. And all blue cards here. I did shuffle. Looking for tough. He is tough. A triangle will knock Hayes down. Yep, he got it. All right. So Hayes, who I thought would probably be the favorite, struggling here early. All right. So does blue have tough? He does. If he was down, he would gain 2 of his points back. But he's already at 12, so he can't do that. All right, here's finally Hayes. Does he have dodge? He does, and the square will get him 2 points down, and he got it. So Brennan down to 10. And now red's just going to get a +2 attack. So Brennan down to 8. Now it's getting a little closer. Again with dodge, he has it. Oh, no bonus though. Blue's attack is good. So Hayes now down to 5. Does red have speed? Does Hayes have speed? He does. In a circle, he's already got 1 point. Circle will get him 2 more. And wow, there it is. So we're tied at 5. Anybody's match. Block. He has a block. Needs a triangle to get the 2-point bonus. Nope, not this time. And does red have power? Yes, Malik is pretty powerful. But he'll only get the 1 point. Didn't hit the triangle or the square. But that still knocks Brennan down to 4. So it looks like Malik is kind of in the lead here for the first time. Oh, and here's one of those special cards. So Super Punch. If the fighter has power, the power quality, and he rolls a square, it's an instant knockout. So here we go. Going for the knockout after kind of a slow start. Square. No. Alright, so nothing there. Keep going. Does he have dodge? He does. Square will get him 2. No. Red have power? He does. So 1 + 2 is 3. So Brennan is down to 1. So like I said, he got the 1 for having power, and then he got the bonus 2 for hitting the square. So Brennan in trouble here, down to the last gasp. And does red have counter? He does not. He does not. So we'll flip another card. Does he have pressure? He does. And so we don't even have to roll for the triangle, and that's it. So Hayes wins the match. Slow start, but came back, and kind of how I thought Hayes might win it. He's probably statistically the better fighter of the bonus rolls, but had the chance for the super punch, didn't quite get it, but still ends up being Seth Brennan. So Malik Hayes would get some kind of special treatment, back on Red Cave 8, the prison. Maybe some special food, a special room, something like that, but special cell. But so that's kind of a look at the game. Like I said, I believe there could be a lot of narrative put into it. Whether it be a pre-game roll that maybe one of the fighters starts with a bonus like 2 points. So Hayes would start with a 14 instead of 12, or a minus number because they had a scuffle in the lunch line, the week prior to the fights or whatever it is. So there's a lot of different avenues you could go with narrative. You could have rivals where when they meet up, it's an automatic 15 point match or anything like that. So, but yeah, that's it. I'll probably run another one. Probably make some more guys, and maybe next time I show it off, I'll show you. I'll do a four bracket and get it down to the final 4, and do the final 3 fights, the semifinals and championship. So you can see how quick it went. It doesn't take long to resolve, and sometimes, like I said, you get the super punch. Most of the cards you saw, like I said, are pretty much this. They're the red and blue, and then whatever the different qualities are. And like I said, there's 5 of each so there'd be 5 cards in the deck that have pressure, 5 that have power, 5 that have speed. There's some other ones I added in, like this one. They both lose a point. Let's see. Of course, they're going to be at the bottom. Second wind. If the trailing fighter, he gains If it comes up this way, he gets two. If it comes up that, he gets one. There's a quick strike. If the fighter has speed or combo, a triangle will get an instant knockout. Um, Another red and blue attack each other. I thought there was one more kind of specialty card. Oh yeah, take that. If they have counter or pressure, again triangle, I'll get the knockout. So, oh, just a silly little fighting game. It could be any kind of fighting, to be honest. It could be just punches or kicks, or I could build that in with some flavor text on the cards if it ever gets that far. But that's pretty much the game. And Yeah, I was not surprised Hayes won. I figured he might win. Um, like I said, he's probably the best fighter I've created so far, just as far as everything. But Brennan gave him a battle. I'd be curious to see. I think the next time I will, like I said, I'll probably create 32 more fighters and probably just shuffle them all up, and first 16 are in this tournament, this tournament, and then work our way down. Because it's like I said, you just saw. I mean, it didn't take, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes to resolve the match, and there were some swings in there that could give you some narrative. Hayes missed the super punch. Um, Brennan got off to a good start, then Hayes came back and kind of used a couple of his bonuses to add on. So, well, I'll go. Thank you, and we'll talk at you later. Bye.